So ever since I first heard the rumors about Nintendo's plans to create a hybrid console portable device, I've been excited for what we now know as the Nintendo Switch.
The Nintendo Switch is really interesting. It's basically where I thought it was going to go with the NX rumors.
So I saw the trailer this morning for the Nintendo, I guess, NX.
I think it's an incredibly forward-thinking idea.
I like the NX.
Oops, I'm sorry, Switch now, I'm sorry. I did not say NX.
So I like the idea of taking it on a plane. I like the idea of playing it on my morning commute.
I love the idea of taking AAA titles on the road with me
and not having to leave it behind or plug it into a wall mount wherever I go.
Caught the trailer for Nintendo's.
I'm an Australian currently living in the United States, and I think the biggest appeal and the most immediate appeal of the Nintendo Switch to me is being able to play it on planes.
You know, Nintendo's always had two consoles on offer, a home console and a portable console, and if portable technology has caught up to where we can just take our HD TV games on the go with us, I think it makes a lot of sense for Nintendo to consolidate those lines, and that's one less console that we have to buy, right?
Nintendo Switch, okay.
We saw a little bit of that with the gamepad on Wii U, but that thing was like clunky and you were forced to play with it for so many games and it was just not really comfortable.
Some really fascinating concepts they have with the idea of traveling with your tablet and whatnot.
To be able to play that at home and then immediately just take it on the road with me and take it on a flight or play it at a park, that seems absolutely incredible.
I think Nintendo is going to have a very difficult time convincing people to buy a new piece of hardware that duplicates a lot of what existing phones and tablets can already do.
It feels kind of like just a Wii U, like on steroids.
I'm not totally sold on the Joy-Con controllers. They seem really tiny, a little uncomfortable, and they have fewer buttons than the regular controller.
It remains to be seen for me whether I want that. You know, will this last me more than a year or two of the novelty?
I've bought every Nintendo hardware since 1985 with my original NES. I bought every handheld. Every single one of them sort of follows the same thing. Severe optimism and hope, followed by crushing disappointment as it slowly dies towards the end of its lifespan.
So the most important part of any console are, of course, the games.
And getting enough interesting new games on there in time for this hardware to still feel fresh and attractive is going to be really tough.
I need to see a strong launch lineup and a strong set of software before I'm willing to drop my cash.
We've had two console generations already with the Wii and the Wii U, where it took a little too long for that library of software to be built up.
I'm like, where are the games and why weren't there more of them?
I'm in on the Nintendo Switch for one reason. Mainline Mario.
There's a new game, can't wait to play it. You know, you get Zelda, but also you get a continuation of what we loved about the multiplayer era of Wii U. You get Splatoon with, you know, all new features, new levels, new hairstyles, all that. You get Mario Kart with new playable characters, and I bet there's also a reveal of some new courses around the corner.
It had every big game I would have wanted to see. You get to play Zelda on the go, Mario Kart, Splatoon, a new Mario, and while I will never play a game in half of the scenarios the trailer shows, it's really great to see those huge Nintendo games on the go and at home.
Of course we get stuff like Mario and Zelda. What I think is the most interesting are the second-party games that Nintendo funds and produces with external developers. On the Wii U, we got awesome stuff like Bayonetta 2, The Wonderful 101, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I'm just really excited to see what that approach will be for the Switch.
I think this is going to be a little bit different because instead of playing 7 to 10 first-party games, it looks like they've got a lot of third parties involved for the first time in a while.
I can play games like Skyrim on it, which is amazing.
The one thing I am concerned about is the third-party relationships.
It's super cool to see that Nintendo is really putting a concerted effort towards bringing in third-party developers this time around.
It's good to see them pick up the phone and actually call guys like Warner Brothers and Take-Two and Sega and everybody else and get them to make games for their console.
Nintendo has kind of let me down here before, and I hope that that's not the case with this new platform.
I think it's great that they're going back to cartridges. I know people had their doubts about it, but I like being able to collect cartridges and slot in my games whenever I want to play.
The entire reveal trailer is targeted towards young adults.
There were no kids. Such a breath of fresh air.
Nintendo seems to be totally shifting its focus from its previous marketing towards people of all ages, families, children.
After years of the Wiimotes and the Wii U's and like so much stuff kind of aimed at families and kids.
Don't try and sell me on the motion controls and touchscreens.
Really kind of narrowing in on one demographic.
For grown-ups. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to fix their past mistakes with the Wii U.
So I think they did exactly what they set out to do. You know, show us what the Nintendo Switch is, give us confidence that there'll be lots of games to play, and then pull out the stops and say, guess what, third parties are back too. You're gonna get games like Skyrim, NBA 2K, not just the Nintendo franchises that you know from the Wii U.
Will the battery life last?
The specs,
how much storage space it will have.
Come out of the gate really strong, hitting us with their best games right at the start.
a really good price point because that was a smart move, guys, to do that again.
On a general level, I'm super interested in what Nintendo Switch is.
It's got me highly interested. I think I'm in.
Let's be honest, I'm gonna buy one no matter what.
Catch me if I say NX, by the way, because I know that everyone's going to start doing that today.